Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is not financial advice. All content is based on my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always do your own research and verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in a lot of these crypto and mining stocks. Okay, let's jump right into it. Today I want to talk about CORZ Scientific because they merged with XPDI and they are now traded on the NASDAQ since a few days here. So these are daily candles. The ticker is CORZ. So you can see it here. It's traded on NASDAQ. It's right now, or yesterday, it closed at 7.89 US dollars. So the first day it started like it always starts. With these mergers or NASDAQ IPOs or so, a huge drop. Of course, that was also called by Bitcoin, the bearish Bitcoin. But the last 2 days we had some kind of recovery here. It's highly dependent on the Bitcoin price right now, how these stocks are traded. But yeah, let's talk about the fundamentals. We don't know where Bitcoin is going. It depends now on the Fed, what they're deciding today. No one knows, but let's focus on this company. First of all, check the news here. So they are traded since January 20th on the NASDAQ with these tickers. They have a lot of ASICs online, 67,000 for self-mining, that's 6.6 exahash. I think these are all Bitmain S19s, and 80,000 ASICs, these are 6.9 exahash. So together, like 13.4 or so, 13.5 exahash online, like close to 50% is self-mining, and the rest is hosting. So large-scale self-mining fleet, large-scale hosting fleet, and they mined 1,044 Bitcoin in December alone, or in the fourth quarter, 2,498. So that's a lot. They hodled 5,300 approximately. So as I'm aware of, this is the biggest publicly traded miner right now out there. Problem is the transaction overview from this merger. It is difficult to find out the exact valuation or the market cap. The most websites like Yahoo Finance and so on, they don't show the market cap right now. I tried to figure it out from the SEC filing, but there's no 100% certainty right now. But it seems like when I go to Bloomberg, it's 2.5 billion US dollars. There are also some warrants involved and so on. I think it should be between 2.5 and 3 billion US dollars, but I'm not sure about it. I will wait for confirmation here. So that's the CORZ Scientific market cap here. Bloomberg says 2.5 billion right now. I'm calculating with 3 billion to be safe here on this side. Yes, they have huge installed megawatts here. The revenue here, the megawatts at the end of 2021, they say the estimated was 512. So this presentation here is from October. It's not 100% up to date. Hopefully they update it soon. But I back checked it with a 13 approximately exahash. It makes sense that it is 500 megawatts installed. They also have the hash rate here. It was estimated at 11, the total hash rate. We know it's above 13, so it seems like they outpaced their own goals, which is nice, which we don't usually see right now from mining companies. And the revenue estimated in October was 493 million. It's maybe now a little bit down because of Bitcoin. It was down also in December, but maybe in that range. Also, they have blockchain and infrastructure patents. The revenue for 2022 is estimated at 1.1 billion. So I have now different scenarios how I calculate the revenue. with the miner deliveries, and of course with different Bitcoin price scenarios. So for the self-mining, I have calculated like between 300 million and 1.2 billion. Depends on whether we go in a bear market with Bitcoin like to 20,000 or so and stay there for the rest of the year, or we go to 150,000, something like this. So it really depends on where Bitcoin is going. What is interesting here, they have here the self-mining, they have the hardware business. So they also sell miners, as I'm aware of, and yeah, they have decentralized finance, which is really small, but also they have the hosting business. These are from these 500 megawatt installed. I think it should be around 250 megawatts, a little bit more. When we see the revenue here, it's maybe 1/5 or so of the self-mining. When we go into a bear market, I think in relative terms, this should grow bigger, not bigger than the self-mining, but this will stay relatively stable. I think that's right now estimated at 150 million or so US dollars in revenue for the hosting, when we calculate it with 5 cents per kilowatt hour in hosting fee. Yeah. So their EBITDA is estimated at 50%. This highly also depends on the Bitcoin price. So if Bitcoin goes lower and the hash rate goes up, of course the EBITDA margin will go lower, below 500 million for sure. But if we continue a bull run, it could be higher. So that's the uncertainty here, of course. So the self-mining hash rate is estimated at 15 exahash at the end of the year. And they are already at 6.6 end of December. Maybe they're now at above 7 exahash, who knows. And they are ordered or installed. So we don't know whether they all paid so far, but they definitely ordered big contracts with Bitmain. So that puts them on the same level, I think, as Mara. Mara has like disclosed like 23 exahash, but early 2023. Also, we can see there are delays in the delivery. So yeah, maybe they're at the same level at the end of the year in terms of self-mining hash rate. Also, the megawatts, they want to grow to 1 gigawatt or 1,000 megawatt at the end of the year. And it makes sense. They're at the end of December last year, they were at 13-14 exahash overall. And as I'm aware of, they want to go to 30 exahash at the end of 2022, like 15 in self-mining and approximately 15 in hosting. So it's a 50-50 business. So 500 mega would be then dedicated to self-mining and the other 500 to hosting. And yeah, I think especially when the Bitcoin price is weak and hash rate goes up, I think the hosting model, especially when you have large-scale hosting, it makes sense because it's a lot more stable. It covers your cost, like the employees. CORZ Scientific here in October, they said they have more than 160 employees, maybe now more, maybe close to 200,000, who knows, close to 200. So very established company, a lot of megawatts, a lot of machines. And yeah, in terms of hash rate, how do I do my calculations? I use from Galaxy Digital. I will do a video about this report about Bitcoin mining here, and they are estimating like in 335 exahash at the end of the year. We were now at close 190 exahash, something like this on the network. So a big increase, of course, because there will be a lot of machine deliveries, depends on the supply chains and so on. So that's how I'm calculating it. But 6.6 exahash with 250 megawatts on power at 4 cents costs, they may be below, we don't know exactly, but the revenue per day at the market conditions right now are at close to 1.2 million US dollars in revenue, or a month like 35 million US dollars in revenue. And yeah, in a year that would be like 400 million with all the conditions of today, but they will increase to 15 exahash, or they try with 500 megawatts. So that would more than double the revenue to 2.7 million US dollars a day, or 81 million US dollars a day on a run rate. So if we go into the middle from these two numbers for the whole year, because we're now here, and at the end we will be at 81 or close to 1 billion US dollars in revenue with the market conditions of today. So hash rate goes up, price goes up at the same percentage. We're somewhere in between in the middle between 400 million and approximately 1 billion US dollars in revenue. Let's say 700 million in revenue. I think that is possible, but it highly depends on Bitcoin. If we go into a bear market, for example, it will be a lot lower, and that's of course here only the self mining. On top of this, we have like the hosting revenue, which is also a big part for sure. Let's go to their presentation where they calculated it. Yeah, I think that looks here, the self mining looks something like 600 million here on that sheet. A little bit more than half. The hosting here is like 150 million. That's also my calculation with 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Yeah, let's see. Highly depends on Bitcoin for sure right now. Let's check the numbers. In December, again, they mined 1,044 Bitcoin with, I'm estimating like 6.3 exahash on average in December. I say, okay, we don't know when, at the beginning of December, where the hash rate was. I'm estimating like 6 exahash, and at the end 6.6, so that's 6.3 exahash in self-mining. Yeah, that would be like 166 mined Bitcoins in December per installed exahash, which is a good number, or 5.35 BTC per day per exahash. The valuation, of course, we don't know the market cap for sure, somewhere between 2.5 to 3 billion. It should be, but don't take this for granted. I'm calculating it with 3. So Bitcoin mined per 1 billion US dollar market capitalization is 348 BTC per 1 billion US dollar market capitalization. So that seems cheaper, like Riot and Mara, for example. So for a large cap miner, if this market cap here would be correct, it seems like a good investment in terms of the competitors. Also when we see Riot and Mara, they mined together in December like 909 BTC, and Core mined 1,044, only the self-mining. So Core mined more than Riot and Mara together. And when we look to the market cap here, Riot is now approximately 1.7 billion and Mara 2.3, so together like 4 billion. And Core is cheaper than these two. Not cheaper than Mara or Riot, but when we put them together, it seems like Core is cheaper in terms of market cap, but also mined more Bitcoin than these two together. So I think that's interesting. They also have a hodl strategy. At the end of December, they were close to 5,300 BTC. That's above Riot, but below Mara. It's more or less on the same level than Hard 8. They had like 5,500, so that should change in January. So Core should surpass Hard 8 there. Yeah, and the share of the self-mining from the global hash rate, from the network hash rate, was 6.6 exahash. I think that the 7-day simple moving average for Bitcoin mining, a few days ago was like 198 exahash. Maybe it's now a little bit below, above, but let's take it rough here. It's 3.3% of the global network hash rate. And if we add the other 6.9 hosting, 6.9, it would be like close to 7%. So yeah, Core Scientific is managing a big like 7% of the network and is growing fast. They will double their capacity in this year. They try. The network hash rate will maybe go up like 80% or so this year, 70%. So yeah, it is. They try to outpace the network growth, and yeah, we will see whether they can go from 3.3% in self mining to 4% or so at the end of the year. That should be very interesting. Yeah, so that's the Core Scientific stuff. I think it's a very interesting company. I'm not invested so far because I always wait until the merger is done, because you never know what comes out after. Also, we see always a drop after these mergers or IPOs. We have seen this with all the miners I'm following. Of course, right now it entirely depends on Bitcoin. Today we will have the FOMC meeting from the Fed, or yeah, they will publish or they will release their strategy for 2022 with potential rate hikes and quantitative tightening and things like this. So yeah, I think that is where Bitcoin and all other assets like the stocks, all investors are focused on this right now. So this is the only thing right now what investors are watching. So okay guys, so it's a little bit scary in the markets right now. Stay safe and hopefully see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.